the side. You know, look at the riflers, the AWPers that paiN have got. And especially Skulls and Zevi. I mean, these two are just ridiculous. Zevi especially, man. If anyone's going to try in an uncomfortable spot, for me, it's Zevi. He has to be the one to make a difference. And he is someone who obviously can make a difference. One of the best AWPers, the best young AWPers we got in the world coming out of that region. Question being, of course, can they do it on Nuke? It's the best map in the pool in my eyes. And this is where myself and Scriv will conclude, of course, as our final best one of the day for us until the wonderful Orca and Bardolph take over the mics. And we kickstart things with paiN starting on that CT side.
Outside presence for 9Z. Looking for a head. Zevi on the crack angle. He's had a few chances at it now, but unable to find anyone. He's actually let a player cross as well. buda to back his man. Keep control of this outside area. White's coming in, but very little damage done as yet. P250 trying to fire range. There's a player moving in from Secret as well. What's he going to be able to get done? Skulls will find a frag and he'll drop back pretty quickly. Try eliminated. Zevi drops the bomb. A perfect start here for paiN.
Absolutely. David rotated him. Trying to get a little bit of space here. I don't mind this at all because he spots out one. Should be a freebie, but he fluffs his lines a little bit. And that makes things difficult. It could have been a free kill there. But I think he ever so slightly overthinks the situation. And leaves him in an uncomfortable spot. On the reload, Neck is going for a ballsy play as he drops down. The nade will see off David. DGT falls to the hands of Hards out. And in a matter of moments, it's buda all alone. It's Glock not glocking. And it's a flawless round for paiN. What a start for them. As they kickstart the campaign, CT side Nuke looking pretty damn comfortable. No bomb blon and no kills either means that money and funds will be limited over towards 90.
Certainly a rough start. Really well played though from paiN, just working off of each other. As soon as you get shot from one direction, there's another guy moving in and you get sideswiped as you try and trade the first guy. So yeah, very difficult to keep up with. Going to be a hard eco from 9Z here, looking for the early rifle buy. Definitely a fan, especially on Nuke. Don't really need as much utility on this map on the T side, right? You've got your outside smokes. It's kind of about it. You pick a variation and run with it.
Slower in terms of the approach here for 9Z. Really not all too much for them to work with. Zevi outside, where we'll see a lot of him with the AWP, especially when he gets the opportunity to pick it up. Interesting as well to see Skulls just in towards a P250. He should be okay. The famous buda under a lot of pressure. Hards out comes to the support. And Skulls, everybody charming in here. As at least DGT all alone. And he's got a wealth of experience in this team, but it isn't going to be the case. DGT has been in this 9Z roster for 4 years exactly this month. That is crazy. And,
Legend.
Yeah, I mean, he is a staple part of this roster. 4 years he's been part of this roster, and he's seen so many different iterations. To see 9Z find some success on LAN would be awesome, but it's not exactly the dream start. Now they're getting towards a full buy, though. This is where we need to see them come alive instantaneously.
Mad to me as well, 4 years ago is 2019. I feel like it should be at least 2016.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel like from like 2015 onwards, all the years just sped up.
Yeah, big time. Big time. There's that outside execute that I talked about, of course. 9Z looking for some space. They will indeed get it. Nobody around to cover things. Zevi just trying to spam away. There is a player down below with the FAMAS. buda. He's got a smoke down as well to keep him at bay. So well read from paiN, just really putting the brakes on for 9Z.
Yeah, the big thing as well, they can actually just use the limited util they've got somewhat well for the likes of paiN, just as much as they can, force 9Z into a rotation or force them to pump the brakes. And that one smoke has forced them to actually reconsider and look towards the top side. That alone is a really big call. buda, youngster on this team, inexperienced on LAN, looking to try and make a difference here, but his neck is try as he might towards the window. Will he expect David, who actually just ignores him and goes up towards heaven?
So many bodies around here. Neck is going to find the first from down below. Zevi moves out a bit fast. Trade from Skulls, though, is a big deal, but he also goes down. There's kills all over the shop. This is the slog we were expecting on the domestic derby, just taking the scraps. However, when the dust settles, paiN have got a man advantage. They've also dropped the bomb in a really, really good spot. buda on a lurk. Should secure it. DGT. 76 HP in a dream. 10 seconds to get the bomb. He's not winning this at all.
No.
Because Zera can just keep him at bay, keep him distracted. Even if he goes down, his teammate just needs to survive and the round will be over.
It's really interesting as well in terms of this matchup. It's a domestic rivalry in the sense that they're both two South American teams, but they haven't played since 2022. I mean, it's been a long time. Since August 2022 as well. So it has been a long time since they played in an official, which to me is massive. Obviously, they've probably played the likes of maybe an open qualifier or two here or there along the way. We've had a lot of competitions, like Challenger Melbourne and whatnot, which they could have potentially played in some sort of an open qual. But in terms of officials on HLTV, have not played since 28th of August 2022, in which paiN won that one. But granted, that actually been pre-try. So when Try was actually back in Double A Nation at the time. So a different roster in its entirety. And of course, different roster with Neckers. And of course, Big Azera taking the mantle of IGLing over PKL, who was the shot caller prior. Down towards his lower sight. Hearts out. Here's all of this information with the smoke obscuring the vision. They're going down towards B, or at least they want to. And Neckers and Hearts out are here ready and waiting.
Really wild sort of rotational gameplay from 9Z at the moment, trying to catch players off, and well, they do just that. David playing very loose and completely carefree. Nets 2 frags. Big Azera got to be a bit careful here. Will find one, probably needs another or stay alive at the very least. 4-3. Big Azera chimes in for another. Buda going to get taken down. That bomb had tried to move back towards A, hoping that the B distraction would be enough. But it's not. Skulls will end the round here and now. DGT has scooped up onto this AK, but there's nothing he can find. They do some decent damage there, 9Z, but paiN extending the lead and looking pretty good while doing so.
Absolutely. Zevian towards the AWP is really exciting for me. This guy is a monstrous AWPer. Of course, we talk about Try being brilliant. And, you know, obviously statistically and by the eye test, the best player over towards that 9Z roster, especially when he has the AWP in play. Zevi is actually along the same vein. Skulls is a brilliant, unbelievably self-sufficient rifler, but Zevi, man, this guy, if he gets going with the AWP, 9Z should be very, very scared. A 4-0 start on the CT side, and the first pause called by 9Z. You can absolutely understand why. They desperately need to bring in a conversation. TGE, the coach of this team, as best he can, try and elevate them of where they stand right now. It's not been a fantastic T-side, but granted, the last few rounds, they haven't really had the funds to work with. Now back into a full buy. They're sort of stuck in that brutal cycle, though. It's full buy-in, no success, no bomb plant. By the way, we still yet to see a bomb go down. And of course means that no funds left in the back pockets. They've got the 3.4 loss bonus, max loss bonus for them. But now they should start finding some success, start finding rounds, kills. Be a great start. Smoke on top, Skulls goes aggro. Love that DGT to fall. He spoke about him being self-sufficient. There it is. Smoke comes through and he plays around it to perfection. And there's the open in a matter of mere moments.
paiN looking good. Looking on their A game right now. Very impressive so far, minute and 20. Repeat smokes going down. 9Z just totally stuck for ideas. They look very timid already, you know what I mean? I think they have been forced back one too many times, not feeling too confident in themselves in the early stages of this game. paiN playing pretty good Counter-Strike. 9Z don't really have an answer for it yet. Wind the clock down, wait for the utility, try and burst in. Skulls gets good timing on a frag, though, nearly for the second, not quite on high. It's Hearts out, and it's just trying the hut itself. No way he beats that higher angle. All too easy for paiN right now. Really not costing them anything at all. 5 rounds in a row. Super, super clean couple rifle rounds as well.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're not seeing any problems at all come through. paiN are playing the way, well, the way they should be, and the way I know they can. I've got to say, I'll always stand by paiN, man. I love this team so much. The way they play Counter-Strike. I'm so sad, actually, their major run wasn't as kind of prolific as they would have hoped, especially with how well the RMR went.
God damn.
Yeah, he is let in there. Jesus.
It's a little pull the monitor closer, bro. Like,
you can move it, brother. It's all up to you. But 5-0 start. Oh, it's Skulls again, man. This guy's so good on the entries. 8-2 he currently stands. David will find one with the Deagle. Bit of a gap in the smoke to work with as well. Odds are going to respect it and actually allows David to cross.
Yeah, it does really mess with their outside setup, their defense in general. Smoke goes down at the perfect time. Those Skulls just continuing to be this bailout player. Oh, DGT, double dink, Neckers, see you next round. Brings us down to an even situation, so certainly not out of the question here for paiN. 9Z at the same time, an unlikely round. They'll be happy with the damage so far. Looking for a plant next. They are keeping paiN guessing here without fully committing down. Hard's out at single door.
Absolutely. Midway through the 6th round here, and already 3 of them have started with a Skulls entry. He's so good at setting the tone and the tempo early. But now with him on half HP, how will he fare? Still looking down towards B. They've got 2 rifles to work with, but DGT is low. That's the thing that worries you here. Any sort of attack and he's in trouble. And there it is, Skulls will swing. Looking at range and he falls flat. Bomb will go down. And now it's very doable because they're falling flat themselves. Zevi left alone in a 1 versus 3. And I think he's just going to call it. The first round to 9Z comes from laboured sprays from the riflers.
It's such a small thing, but obviously planting on the other side of the silo there just completely screws the CT side. They had 2 at single door, and it's like, you're not going to be able to get any players in. You're going to wildly go forwards. You have to hit some really tight headshots. But they were hoping that it was a carefree plant from 9Z on this side of the silo or behind the silo, and that allows you to just deny the bomb plant away. But because it's on the other side, you open the door, there's nobody there, and it's like, caught out in the open, what do you do? Zoink, Scoob, you know, I think this one might be over, and that's kind of how it goes down. You really have to defy the odds from that point on. So, small thing. 9Z might not even be consciously aware of it because they're just, you know, at such a high level of the game. But that makes all the difference in that little retake there.
That's a great shot by David there, has to be said. On towards Silo, spots just a few pixels to work with. My God, he makes them worthwhile. Yeah, you're spot on. That plant position's everything. It allows them to set up a post plant and forces paiN actually to overextend. Exactly what you want to be seeing. So, 4 rounds is the deficit now. And it's forced paiN into a really uncomfortable buy. They're buying around the AWP, which I'm a fan of. What they bring to the table is pretty rough. All of this information heard towards outside. DGT goes 1 for 1 as Hard's out. Trades him out with a 5-7 and an ability to upgrade the weapon. Now ready. But a messy couple of taps through the smoke, and Hard's out actually lucky to stay alive.
Big Uzera gives the advantage away. Hard's out also going to go down. M4 can't find the angle. It's always a tough one in the vent, to be fair. Neck is down at dark, but with 4 to find, you feel like this one should be all but over. 9Z just really do not want to let this opportunity slip away from them. They have a potential super clean round here. Make sure they get some money rolling, so take it easy. Just find Neckers cleanly. Ooh, he's going to creep out. He's looking to be cheeky. I was going to say, maybe if he plays his cards right, he could go for a ninja defuse here, but I don't think he's given them enough time to work their way around. Maybe if he had a kit available, but he doesn't. Max will see him into the next one, and that's 2 in a row for 9Z now.
Yeah, if he has a kit there, actually, it does become a little bit worrying. The molly goes into a single. They wouldn't be able to swing through it. And it could have been a bit of an issue, but no, not to be. We're back on the way right then. This is now 9Z getting that T side on the way. That's exactly what we were talking about. They needed to start strong. Well, it wasn't the case. The fact that they're answering back now with rounds in concession, what we needed to be see out of this side. 3 rounds is the difference, but paiN left with nothing left in the pockets. So the buy, less than adequate. Double P250 is all they've got to work with. And the big thing, of course, for Zevi is just having enough money in those pockets to, at some point down the line, buy in towards the AWP. Actually, it's still going to be pretty tough to do so. He won't be able to do it towards the next round, that's for sure. Unless he goes without util or without armor. He has to take a pick your poison sort of situation. He might just play rifle. We'll see, though. Back towards the present, it is just a low buy, which shouldn't amount to too much. So we can look at the more grand scheme right now, Script, right? That was, damn, that was really rough to watch.
Yikes, dog.
We can look at, you know, this is a throwaway round. Nothing really needs to be spoken about too much here. At the moment, though, 9Z actually putting a fairly decent T-side response as things go, right? They're going to get up to 3, and a good opportunity. If they can, you know, just overcome the next full buy, they can tie this game up 5 rounds apiece. And before you know it, they're putting up a monstrous T-side.
The potential is there. Let's see if 9Z can indeed fulfill the prophecy.
Philosophy.
Words are hard. I got it backwards. I used to do that all the time when I was a kid. Get words, you know, backwards halfway. Just not a good look, is it really? But there
It's all
you go.
good. It's a throwaway round.
Doesn't happen, yeah, in the high octane moment when I need to be smooth. Yeah.
Pause to come through. I think it's actually a really interesting time to call for a pause here. You look at 9Z and they're completely of the understanding that they're in control. We look at paiN and is the flip side argument for them. They're completely under the understanding right now that we were looking like we were going to run away with this first half, and now we've actually lost control of it. To the point where all the onus on them to make a difference, all the momentum and the wind is in kind of the sails of that 9Z roster. Coach Rick's going to come in, trying as best he can, alleviate the pressure of the situation, but right now, actually, it is not exactly the easiest scenario. Big Azera has to make a big difference here. How will they fare? A bit more kind of happy, smilier faces over towards 9Z. Does look like ever so slightly maybe a tech issue on
Yeah,
attack.
I think so.
Judging by the length of this.
I think we had a 9Z player dip out.
Yeah, but not a bad opportunity either way. For I don't think paiN are really going to complain too much, just because for them, I think they're in a position now where they're really, as best they can, need to start icing out 9Z. Just try as best they can to kind of limit what kind of momentum they start to build up. If they get that snowball effect in towards play, you get really, really worried. Let's see. I think
it's on the
hopefully,
brink, isn't it? It's on kind of a knife edge.
Yeah.
At the moment with how close this half could potentially come here. So really important round. We call these the swing rounds, of course.
Feels like it would dictate a lot. Not, economy-wise. 9Z have plenty of funds to work with, but definitely in terms of kind of where this game is posturing up right now, this round means a lot, man. If paiN can't answer back, I get really worried for the CT side.
Well, let's see. 9Z picking up the pace massively. This outside execute is so fast. Hard's going to be the first one to fall. There's a player on top of Mini as well that could really do some damage in the latter stages of the round, the form of Max. Game leader trying to be a hero, so we'll see. Big Uzera, I think, might have heard him up there. At the very least, is taking a safe angle, a passive angle. Does not know how to approach things. David down secret. So 9Z have so much control thanks to that first frag. paiN are really just going to have to play reactively at the end of the day. Zevi digging for some information. Might overlook the angle. He doesn't, but David is fast. That's a lovely frag. Just enough for 9Z to take the round, you would think.
I mean, unless someone can bail them out here. We're looking kind of primarily at skulls. It's tough. This is really difficult. They've got no information to work with, paiN as well. And little do they know, down towards B, a lot of space being created already. Even saving here, if they opt for that decision, is going to be really hard.
Pete coming in. Nekiz will win it. 30 seconds. 9Z for all this control. Taking their time, that is for sure. They will get the bomb down on the bottom site, and I think paiN will have to just hand it across, unfortunately, for them. So 9Z within one. 9Z with another clean one. This one,
yeah,
very different energy. It was quite fast to begin with, but they were able to pull the plug, pull the pace, and paiN can't find a way in right now. This is really worrisome.
And with the save coming through as well, you look at things now, and actually paiN can reinvest in towards the next. It's not going to be comfy, but it would be the only right call that they've got to work with. I have to go for another buy, but yeah, man, this is not looking the way we'd hope. A lot of question marks, has to be said. 9Z playing some really solid T-Tech Counter-Strike. And all they're really doing is baiting out a lot of the early util from paiN, which makes their retakes impossible/improbable. And this is what it comes down to. It's small rookie mistakes coming through. Some of the big names not really stepping up just yet as well. We need to see Zevi come online, as soon as, really. And that's just unfortunate. Hardzal, man. There's nothing you can do. But yeah, Zevi, they're the kind of shots that you don't normally see that guy, fall flat to. He's normally unbelievably aware. 9Z playing well. They've got a good idea about their opponent here. It was a split decision in terms of us and the desk of who's going to take this, and that's how the game is playing out.
So far, so good. Domestic derby, competition, excitement, explosions. All 9 yards. 9Z. Pace change once again. Super far back on this one, not giving any early fights at all. They think, feel a change in the air that paiN are trying to play more aggressive, trying to play more confidently, because they have been kind of lackluster the past few.
Yeah.
Outside execute will come in. I'm not entirely sure whether this will get followed up on by the 9Z side. Nekkers can't believe he's getting burned. Neither can I, to be fair. But, you know, those Molotov physics are questionable at times.
Well, now, looking back over towards A, Buda. Poking and prodding. Skulls, ready. In theory. Wasn't like a practice as well, just trying the corner under a lot of pressure. Spam coming through as well, but it's Zevi for the first of 4. Skulls only goes for 1. But David are making a double. It's a 2-piece combo, and Try will see it off. A near flawless round as 9Z tie up this game 5 rounds apiece. And what was a beautiful start for paiN Gaming has absolutely fallen apart now. That is 5 on the trot for the T side. And on T side Nuke, the second most CT side map in the pool. Not often you say that, of course. I'll say it every time, and I'll say it again here. The golden number of 6 is what I normally say. Nail's golden rule. Get 6 rounds to the T side, you've done enough. And it feels like right now, 9Z are going to do much better than that.
Just pistols. Trying to find some space, though. I do like the aggression. 9Z again. I think they feel pretty happy to just let the clock wind down, get some late utility going, and work their way in. It really is not too deep, not too advanced. But again, they're a bit weary, a bit unsure, I think, of what to expect from the buy in this round, so not wanting to take any chances.
Yeah, I like the goal. Molotov into his heart is good as well. Not only does it do damage onto a Zevi, but it's just kind of confidence about a clearance of an angle and actually forcing them over to a single door now. David, a lot of onus on his shoulders to at least go and gonna get 2 kills here. Finds the first, looking for more, under pressure, and they fall to it. Thankfully, Try posts up with it. Repeat makes it a double, and he falls away alive for DGT to come in and reclaim the space. Last alive is Skulls in a 1 versus 4. He'll find the first. Gets that a little bit for free. With an AK scooped up and his information known, they'll just go and plant towards A.
Skull's just going to hold this AK, unfortunately, not going to give us an exciting finish into the round. So 9Z taking the lead, though. That's pretty exciting, to be honest with you. This T side is starting to really, really open up. 6 in a row now. paiN have hit the wall. They've taken timeouts. They've had multiple buys. Can't find a way in. Nice pickup from Skulls to keep a hold of his prize possession. Having a good game, up to 12. Got some joint top with David, but not quite enough in the past few rounds, that is for sure.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, while it's all well and good getting the kills, the impact of them haven't been too much for Skulls these last few. Under pressure, and he will fall to the hand of DGT. So, a lead taken on this T side, not bad at all. 9Z came in towards this competition as kind of an unknown quantity in the sense of what would they fare, not only domestically, but internationally as well. And actually right now playing some pretty cracking Counter-Strike. paiN are in a world of trouble. I mean, you look at this roster, and it's something that the desk were talking about quite a lot. You look towards, I mean, where they are right now in the sense of changes in the roster. There was all the rumors kind of circulating around about the opportunities and the push towards Fallen.
Yeah. As
a player. And when you look at, you know, Zevi, who's been one of the best young AWPers we got out of this roster, they've got Bigazera as an IGL who's been doing really well. You question why, but then at the moment, they wouldn't mind a bit of experience like that. Zevi, his AWP steps up for 1. Brings the numbers back in favor of paiN. He looks for more as well, but can't quite hit that second shot.
Ooh, Booty gonna find Skulls. That's a big frag. That's a massive frag. Maybe just leave Zevi to his own devices. Yeah, that is what they're gonna decide upon. Hitting towards A from Mini. Off angle from Hardzao. Trying to find the right one, though, as he works his way around the silo. Can't get a kill. Nekkers is on the backside, however. He'll drop that bomb. Oh, and he gets a second. Surely the trade had to come through from DGT, but no, not going to be the case. A wild run through. Buda Left alone, 40 seconds to play with though. Doesn't have to get too overzealous. Neckers is hungry for the frags. Will lose his life. The AWP has dropped down heaven. And thus giving a lot of control across to Buda to play with, but thinks he's got the read. He's moving towards B. He might be able to cut him off here if he fully commits to it, but just holding ramp right now. Single door goes, confirms the fact. Bomb plant coming in. Catch him on the move out is the idea. And he will indeed do so. Zevi, for the first time in a long time, will put paiN back on the board.
Brilliant. Individually. Talented dude, and he steps up. We needed him to as well. And he picks his moment. He picks it great. Diffuser come through. So finally, for the first time in 7 rounds played, paiN are going to find some success. The big thing being for them now is that has to be kind of a catalyst to further success. We have to see this now chain into multiple rounds in a row. If they don't, this CT side is really just not going to put up enough that we get even remotely comfortable about. I mean, even in the same vein, right, if paiN don't go into the second half of a lead, I'm going to be really worried about what they're putting up here. We'll see. My God, he's playing very close to his monitor, has to be said. Gives you Kindar run for his money. Hold tight square. 6 apiece. But as we know, 9Z got plenty of cash in his back pockets to work with. Figures era spams and finds.
Big kill. Big kill. Super early on. Oh, there's a gap above the smoke. Zevi nearly gets taken down because of it. Bigazera going to take a lot of damage as well. So 9Z, although a man down, do have ample opportunity to recover it. Very quickly down towards B. Neckers is here. The support system going. I don't know about the solo peek. Buda's there to get that trade, though. That was a little dangerous for my money from Max. Nonetheless, Plant comes in. 4 versus 3. Try on the lurk AWP. As I have mentioned, these low HP bars, it really does make a difference on the retake when you have to be the one moving in, peeking around those corners. Makes life very hard indeed. And with how fast this comes, as you can see, paiN are confused. Don't have all the info. It's not quite sure where to look. Feels like a couple of their players kind of want to save, to be honest. They're going to be very late into this retake. There is a kit available, but this doesn't feel good, does it? Buda instantly traded. Someone got to get on the bomb about 10 years ago, to be honest with you. There's hardly any time. And indeed, they can't protect. Easy double and easy win for DGT.
Oh, Zevi might fall here. No, just about staying alive. 7 points of HP. Yeah, that was weird. It kind of felt like half the team wanted to go for it, and then the other half didn't. I feel like miscomms was a real issue there. But there was like not a real commitment coming through. I don't know. That was a really shaky round from paiN. And so far, this has been a bit of a shaky performance from paiN, generally speaking. Not what we've been expecting at all. But 9Z, again, it continues to be the story. Really good Counter-Strike from them. Of the last 8 or so rounds, 9Z walking away with 7 of them. Just showing the level they're playing at right now. Devi posted. Flash will catch him. Don't think anything off the back of that AWP shot. Now tries holding. Skulls when aggro in towards Hot. Ops against it off the back of that first kill. Doesn't want to continue further pushing forward. That's a very smart call. But I think Neckers could be done for here. Tunnel visioning on that left-hand side. It'll cost him his life, and that CZ will amount to absolutely nothing. All onto the shoulders of Zevi here with this saved AWP. Even still, Bigazera falls away from the angle. That could cost him.
It's still a good spot. He could still get some timing here, I think.
Oh, no.
Wow.
3 of them up towards A.
That is crazy. They're pretty lucky to get away with that. Completely scot-free, and you can see just that 5-second window that was left has allowed them to get in and find the frag!
Oh,
bit weird up top. But no kills. Zevi on the AWP once again, probably going to hold it, I would imagine. 8 rounds from 9Z on the T side, though. This is incredibly impressive, and it just keeps getting better and better. They might even be able to find 9. Zevi in with a good chance to stay alive. I think so, indeed. Ooh, he says. He's not ready for Max, is he? Distraction from the Heaven player. Max with an easy frag there. 8-4-9Z. Love to see it.
I mean, as halves go, this is already more than enough. They've won up the half. And they could make it a 9-6 as well. 9Z are playing a bit of a masterclass so far in these last kind of 10 or so rounds. Really solid CS. Exactly what we want to be seeing coming through from them. I don't know, man. paiN are in a really awkward position. Looks like another pause to come through. Both sides going to take it with open arms. 9Z, they know that closing out this half at a 9-6 would be unbelievable. And more or less set them on absolutely the right path to a best one on an upper bracket to take on fours. And dropping 9, or dropping paiN, I say, in towards that lower bracket. As 9Z just toppled them. And that's kind of been the story right now. Not really seeing anybody step up. Still in terms of opening duels, nobody can really keep up with the likes of Skulls. But he is really the only one stepping up towards paiN. 13 kills to his name, 10 deaths. Nobody else double digits as of just yet. Not exactly the case over towards 9Z. David, DGT, Buda, all have hit that mark, while Max might be quiet. Honestly, right now, not needed. Zevi pushes in towards the nade, takes 49 points of damage. The first fight goes the way of Neckers and goes wrong as Buda clears it up nicely. P250 as well will be in for the quick trade, and he'll just fall away.
Some tough fights there for paiN, to be fair. Oh man. No. Getting spammed as well. This is the round from hell right now. Hard's out, caught in transition. Big Uzera instantly dealt with. Zevi alone again. 9Z about to put up a stellar half. Really, really impressive stuff. Unless Mr. Zevi can pull a clutch out of his backside. Seem to have an inkling of where he is coming from, hoping to catch a player off, but there ain't no opportunities there, my friend. Nice double scope.
Ooh.
Nice find on the headshot. Faking out a reposition. Not sure it's been bought, to be honest. It's a kit down towards the left, but he's still got to move quite quickly to get in towards the site here. Oh, he's close, isn't he? Very close indeed. 9-6 at the turn of the half, though. Hell of a T-side from 9Z. Very impressive indeed. We shall see if they can close things out after a short break.
Welcome back, ladies and gents. What a half. A Counter-Strike put up by 9Z there. It started poorly. You saw paiN up to 5 rounds consecutively, and you were thinking they were going to run away with the CT side, but how wrong we were. 9Z put 9 rounds up on that C side, and that is more than enough in my books. They go in towards the CT with all the confidence on their shoulders, and if they kickstart this pistol well, we could already be looking at game over in a matter of moments.
Yeah, 1 in 10, ain't it, Chief? That's for sure. 9Z, very impressive. And I hope it continues for them into the second half, of course. Do have a clear kind of game plan for this one, as they are banking on an A hit via the hut, it would seem, with that nade lined up. The Julie's ready to go. But not going to be the case. It is outside presence. Max looking to snipe him from behind. He will manage to get one. Julie's get aggressive. Max has got 2. Lovely stuff. Julie's will get dealt with, but a 4 on 2. Surely overwhelmed. How's this guy still alive? Nekis survived way too long, but his teammate will not, and that is another clean round coming through from 9Z.
This is now getting really scary as well. paiN are just not coming out online right now and getting to the point where we could see this game over way sooner than we would have thought. We've had so many close games so far, no blowouts at all. But this Group B, we said it was open for the takings. Anybody can end up top in the group.
It's meant to be like the close one, though, to be fair. You know? And so far, this game is anything but.
It's actually probably one of the most one-sided ones we've had so far, and that's saying a lot. paiN are really looking all over the place. Janky, uncomfortable. It should be an 11th here to 9Z relatively comfortably. And granted, considering the buy is unbelievably minimal. Swinging towards the open, Max, who gets a freebie of a kill. The MP9 are reclaiming the space, gets one, spots another towards red. This round done and dusted in a matter of moments, and it should be flawless as well. It's an 11th put up by 9 here. Applause from the coach as well, and you can understand why they are playing some really good Counter-Strike. And it smiles on the faces. This is what we want to be seeing. These South American sides, once they start running away momentum, they're so confident. They get loud, they get very proud. And it translates into awesome cracking Counter-Strike, and that's exactly what we're seeing so far. This is exactly what we'd expect out of 9Z coming off the back of what was a stellar T-side performance. They've continued it towards the CT side. But paiN, that was a low buy, so we're not really going to take too much from that one. This means a lot. Rabu's coming through as well. Big Azero got a lot of space to work with. Pushing through the smoke here could be risky and opted against it because it'll cost him his life. He peeks through the smoke dry. It's a questionable display.
It is a wild move. It is a wild, wild move. 9Z are able to absolutely best them there. And I think paiN are just trying to move very, very fast in this round. Looked like they wanted to go for an aggressive A-pop, but a Molotov puts them off. So I really don't know what the idea is here for paiN. They've been very, very messy in their first rifle round, you know, and it's so important. You've got to get it on the board. You'd expect pulling all the stops out, but really not the case. Max, aggressive move. Good for 1. That's all you really need. It'll be a second for the round, of course. A lot of information going to be gained there as well. So, again, paiN have to kind of put the brakes on.
Absolutely. Towards our side, paiN. Wrapping in towards main seems to be the play, but Try was ready and waiting for it. Finds one. Look at the lineup. Another may I say, but Hard's out. Quick on the trade.
Zevi, watching behind. It's a smart move. Somehow we're back down to a 2 versus 2. This really did not look like paiN had any semblance of a chance, and David trying to make sure that comes true. Beautiful find. Just Hard's out. He's got a bomb to recover as well. Kind of problematic. I think they will have to give him bomb control back. Might not even fully recognize that they dropped it.
At the time, just shy of 20. 2 angles for Hard's out to clear. He's committed towards A. Probably the wrong call. He'll find the first, but into the trade. That's exactly how you meant to play it. A contact play through and through. And 9Z find yet another round. The first full buy against a bonus buy of 9Z goes the way of that CT side. And this is now really starting to get massively alarming coming through. We're now kind of seeing, what, 1 round of the last 12-13 gone the way of 9Z. This is dominance on a different level and a complete capitulation of what was actually a strong start for paiN. They need some serious changes coming through, or this game is going to be an absolute blowout, and the first one we've had all day.
Ooh, bit weird on the buy here as well. Hardzao full spends. I don't think he was supposed to do that. I think actually he dropped the AK is probably what's happened.
Yeah.
Big Azera find the first head onto Max though, so we do have some pressure. score. But still not quite enough just yet. paiN has a bit more work to do to take things over the line. David going to find Biguzera, gets us back even.
Considering the lack of head armor on Zevi and Hardzal is going to make this really uncomfortable for them. That one hero AK has to do it all. Molly comes through at the perfect time too. So now things go a little bit quiet. We hold and wait. Nothing really to be given up. They're still going to commit towards this ramp position. DGT for the first with ease. Lines up more as well, but he cannot confirm them.
Wow.
And neither can try. Skulls, that hero AK, putting to very good use.
David at the back of the site, looking for a massive moment. Drop Skulls. Oh, triple spray. No. Nekiz will stay cool at the back. Nice plant here. Oh, buda going to get aggressive through the Molotov. Big fan of that one. We'll take him down. That's the closest that our boys paiN have come for a long, long time, but 9Z are just so strong right now. This is really impressive. They seemingly can do no wrong.
Well, absolutely. That's 12 out of the last 13 rounds going the way of 9Z. I mean, this is just miraculous what we're seeing. You look at some of these stats as well. Entrying. David, 3 and 1, he currently stands. Max 3 and 4, they both had very important roles when it comes towards finding these opening kills. Skulls has yet to find an entry kill in the last 10 rounds played. So already, really big question marks about the setup and what's going right and wrong. Obviously, over towards paiN. Not a lot's going right at the moment. 3 more rounds all 9Z need on Nuke. And this is a map in which, you know, both of these two teams absolutely love. It's their go-to first pick. If they're given it more often than not, they'll absolutely take it. But the really interesting fact is that paiN, they've played this map 20 times in the last 3 months, and they're on a 4-map winning streak, and that's about to be shattered. Of all the maps you'd expect paiN to be comfortable on, you kind of think it'd be this one. Their go-to pick, the map in which they're unbeaten on the last 4 times played, and they've played it so many times in the last 3 months. These are like the comfort pick.
I guess. They've been playing it a lot like in NA and stuff, though. I feel like the type of competition has not really been all that deep.
Yeah.
They did beat Complexity pretty heavily on it at the start of last month, but at the major. But, you know, it is a kind of difficult one to read into just because of some of the teams that they've been playing. Maybe they've got into some bad habits. Maybe they think it's easier than expected. And you also, we're looking at LAN here as well. It can be difficult for players to adapt to that LAN environment from time to time. And that certainly does feel like the case. Biguzera, Hardzal, both having rough games here. And that's certainly going to make a difference. But it does feel, even just down to the core calling is just so off.
Yeah, the thing is, though, when you look at the caliber of teams that paiN have played on this compared to 9Z, miles ahead. I mean, you're looking at 9Z playing teams like Paqueta, W7M Academy, you know, domestic more matchups. Apart from that one against Fnatic, which of course they won. Either way, back to the here and now. Biguzera, bit of success to talk about before Try puts him back in his place. Can't make it a double, gets caught by Hardzal. And for the first time in a long time, we're about to see paiN put up another round here for DGT and buda to save call. And finally, something positive to talk about over towards the side of paiN. They have been in a rut of a unbelievable magnitude. And they're finally going to find some success once again. It took a long time coming. This is the first round they found in the last 8 played. It's how dire the situation's been. Up to 7. But it still does look like a sinking ship over on Nuke for the likes of paiN, unless they can absolutely turn this round and get a bit of wind in those sails. Actually, they might be caught on exits as well here. DGT gets one towards Hardzal. That's important. They don't have a lot of money left in the bank. He's making this expensive despite the lost round.
Would be an absolutely insane turnaround, to be honest with you, if they could pull it off. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I don't think it's going to happen for them. Give me a few more, and maybe I'll believe. But for now, I do not think so.
Agreed. For now, though, we look at this, and for paiN, that one round just found has to be a catalyst to further success. Absolutely. If they don't, we're in a lot of trouble here. 6 rounds of deficit, 3 rounds is all that 9Z need. This has to be one of the best T-side recoveries that we've seen in a long time. Maybe even just this year alone from paiN if they want to make this one work. Back towards outside they go. Trying to play above the smoke and just sneaking underneath, but David will find the first. That alone, not too bad. That was going in their favor. But a quick trade coming through for Bigger Zera. DGT gets dropped, and in doing so, it leaves Max in a highly precarious situation here. Round the corner, and a hand cannon in hand, which he'll make work. Scoops up an AK and looking for more corpses.
They left Bigger Zera completely alone, and I think they will come to regret it, but Max does get dealt with. David quickly sorted out 1 versus 1 to save the round. What is that shot from Try? Oh my lord, the org comes up large. That is beautiful. And a massive round, of course. 9Z now ever closer to that 16.
There's a reason I may try one of my wants to watch for this year. Back in towards his comfort zone of 9Z. Back playing some cracking Counter-Strike. That's a lovely 1 versus 2. And that final shot towards Zevi is sumptuous. That is soul-crushing over towards paiN. Just when they think they're getting back on towards the right tracks. Just when they think this ship is turning around, they get absolutely dumpstered by a 1 versus 2. And that can take a huge toll on the morale. Flash towards our side off the back of the opening kill going the way of Zevi. But Try in his big green makes it sing louder. And David will swing back forward to find yet another. This could be 15th on the docket here for 9Z unless paiN can pull off something from a man disadvantage situation. And it's not going to happen with only the 1 casualty. 9Z find 15 and are 1 round away from joining fours in the upper bracket final.
A newfound confidence there in that round for sure. 9Z feeling like they are absolute champions in this one. Looking so damn good. If they can continue the rest of the tournament like this, you know, we're in for some big best of 3s tomorrow and on Sunday, of course. But yeah, masterful stuff. Another bite to come through. paiN just about got it. Certainly not feeling too confident in themselves, I am sure. Rounds beginning to really get away from them here. 8 in a row going to be required for that T side. They've got some good control. Out through squeaky door, Skulls hoping above the smoke somebody shows their head. And well, Buda does. Says peekaboo, and then see you later. It's like a toddler. Skulls is going to be left confused. All down to Bigger Zera, Hardzao, and Nekiz now to save the game. Lack of utility.
Yeah. It's got to be said, David's having a masterclass, by the way. Silent but deadly. 27 and 15.
Which, when you've had 23 rounds, when you've had a short game like this, is crazy.
Yeah, and he's sitting on just over 120 ADR. I mean, that alone is monstrous. Try, is it? Jumping across as well. They actually just respect it or fall away. I don't mind this because they know they're walking straight into a DGT. The experienced man looking to line up a couple of corpses, and he will finish it off. The closer of DGT with a 3K to his name says good night to paiN, and what a way to do it. 9Z with a dominant display, 16-7 Scriv. That was a masterclass.
Yeah, I mean, that is a huge message to send, you know, after a really